Hello, everyone. I'm Kinta Naomi, and welcome to my Disfantastic vlog, episode 2. Today, our main points are to talking about if we should switch from TikTok to YouTube fully, what we're talking about in Wise Up World with the annual assessment, and the Toastmasters speech I plan to have coming up, which should be happening in about 4-ish weeks. So, what's being worked on right now? Goal number one is YouTube. I have just renamed this YouTube channel to one that should be a lot better for conversion and helping lead people to this to understand what I'm talking about and what I do at a glance instead of the more abstract name that I've been using for a while before this. Deciding on whether I should transfer from TikTok to here. If I do, I'll be able to focus a lot more on YouTube, be able to make a lot more videos besides just this vlog, be able to start doing teaching, reactions, etc., and get that started. And number three, we're still deciding on the time that we're going to be recording this. I am thinking Saturdays. I'm wanting it to be on Saturdays. I'm wanting it to be early enough so that I can start having every Saturday have a Japanese lesson so I can better communicate and study in Japanese. Goal number two, blog site slash money site. We are still currently in the middle of coding this website. So I'm very excited for it to be done. Um, and I need to also figure out and schedule a set time to work on it every day. I need it to be 1 hour a day. So this would be like my job, 1 hour a day, 6 days a week, um, to make 200 a week and or more after 2 weeks of it fully being launched, which is what it should be making. I'm really excited for this and to be able to help a lot of people with no cost to them. Um, Goal number three is Twitch. I need to completely update my bio, especially because I have mentioned that my Twitch in my TikToks in the bio of Twitch, and I need to update that if I make this change. Um, I need to start streaming whenever I'm playing so that I will be more available on it and have more hours for more people to be able to find me and find if they like my stream style, even though we're still in hashtag for PS gaming. I still need to actually listen in and find the audio issues and get all that organized. Honestly, this has been the big thing because even unlike this video, I can't just start the recording, launch it, and go and expect it to sound good, which is what I was doing. And it turns out that it sounded terrible. And I need to figure out and fix those issues. My three big things to figure out and work on this week on my TikToks number one, and if I should switch to here. This series is still in the micro habit phase. I need to get into the habit where I have a set time every week that I work on this and start recording, get the recording out so that I can get to you guys at a standard time and on a standard day instead of just when I can manage to record it. And number three is the blog site, which is what I expect to be making me the income as soon as possible before anything else would be able to. Now, for the big discussion and that we have today is the TikTok switch. So there are a few points that are playing into what I'm thinking. Right now, I currently have over 100 followers on TikTok, as opposed to the 17 followers I have on here. Last time I checked, this is a lot, and I don't really just want to drop them off a cliff when I would want to be able to still provide value and help them out. Number two, TikTok has honestly helped me be consistent. Now I've kind of been fumbling on this past month on it, which is part of my decision too. I can tell that's no longer where the energy is just naturally going for me. But it's been able to help me be consistent during this entire Corona time to be able to get work going and be able to continue to push myself to get something done every single day. Third one, and I'm constantly aware of this one, is sunken cost fallacy. I've already put a lot of time and effort into TikTok. So the idea of changing and just kind of losing that is a hard one, because I am convinced that even though it's not something that's going to be profitable at all, unless I get into the creator club thing, I don't even know how it works or if it works in my area. YouTube has higher potential and a larger reach, and I would eventually be able to help more people on Nail, but I don't want to just lose everything on Nail, which is the sunken cost fallacy, is that I put so much in. I don't just want it to go away, which might end up causing me to keep putting stuff in, even though there will be no return, which would also be a problem. So, next thing is that I wouldn't actually be posting things daily on here if I made the switch. TikTok, I have been for majority of this year. Yeah, over half this year, have been posting one video a day, Monday through Saturday. I would not be able to do that, as these are longer format and take a bit more energy. Though there are lots of ideas that I get, and there would be no way of me putting it into a 60-second TikTok video, that I would love to expand from a 2 to 10 minute video on here. That if I'm still focusing on TikTok, I don't have time to do that. But if I'm trying to focus on TikTok, I don't have time in the video to make single videos of those, which is why I've done some series, which have done okay-ish. But it would be easier if I could make one video, easier for you guys if I could make one video for you guys to be able to watch and learn from, instead of a ton of little bits you have to go and then dig through the very unorganized list of posted videos that TikTok has without a decent search function to be able to find the rest of the series. Higher growth. There is much higher potential for growth on YouTube than there is on TikTok. I have grown pretty well, as we already mentioned, on TikTok from posting almost daily, Monday through Saturday daily. But there will be a larger growth if I can just post twice a week on YouTube, which would be this and at least one other video a week. That would start me growing, and that would assist and make the YouTube algorithm like what I'm putting out better. So it would be able to better reach all of you that are watching, hopefully once this is posted, and who will be watching in the future. Whatever that be, 2021, 2031, 2051. Hopefully you're not going this far back in 2051 though. Monetization possibility, as I mentioned, with TikTok, there's not really a good way to start monetizing that. With YouTube, once I get, I believe it's either 4,000 or 5,000 followers, you then get the option to start monetizing. That would be able to help me bring money in to help me take care of myself and whoever I'm taking care of as well at that time. But if it's staying on TikTok and I kind of lose that track, that money won't be much at all. I believe with the Creator Club or whatever it's called, it still doesn't give you a ton, and it actually lessens how much you show up according to the algorithm if you join it. So your videos won't be seen as much as they once were, which then kind of makes that worse than it already was. So I'm kind of at a crossroads right here. One of these will have a better result than the other, and I would not be able to know until I actually go down the road, whichever way, to find that better solution. So I actually was talking to one of my followers on Twitch, Ethan N21. He suggested the idea of uploading snippets of YouTube videos which is a lot like what Jason Capital, my mentor, suggested when he has a one day a month time where he brings people in, provides help and advice to them, and then cuts that up for a month's worth of content. Um, the other thing is that me deciding to transfer to YouTube is a reversible decision. If I decide to transfer back, then I can do that at any time. So it's not something that I want the decision itself to be stopping me from moving forward, because I can always go back and then make a different decision. So my decision, what I'm planning on doing is taking this and other videos I make on YouTube, cutting snippets out of them, and being able to use those to make TikTok videos. This may not be as many TikToks as I have had in the past, or it may end up being more than I've had in the past. But it will be a way for me to focus on YouTube, but still provide content and help to those on TikTok. But I do want to know what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comment section below, or if this is on a snippet on TikTok, to the side. And thank you so much. Now moving on to what I'm learning from. In Monday's Jason Capital's mentorship class, we are talking about uncertainty. If someone, how certainty is a muscle. I love the quote he told me that Dan Pena once said, "I may be wrong, but I'm never in doubt." That's a level of certainty I am striving to get to. He also talked about how certainty controls the conversation. Say you're applying to a position or you're trying to convince someone to do something. If you're certain, they're more likely to believe you. If you're uncertain, they're more likely to ask questions or be concerned. Say I'm completely certain and said, "Hey, did you hear about the vaccine coming out on the news?" Which this is just an example. This is not something I've actually heard or didn't hear. Just an example. If I say that certainly, you're more likely to believe it without even checking it. I say, "Hey, did you hear about that vaccine that might possibly have been said on the news to come out in like a week?" You're going to start getting concerned. You're going to start thinking that I don't know what I'm talking about, or my resource may not even be certain if it exists. And this is going to cause you to, one, not believe me, two, to go forward and check it out if you care or have enough trust to even start to believe, or just shrug it off to think I'm making up something on the spot, which in this case I am. So this is not real news. This is me making up something on the spot as an example. Just we're talking about your state, which is like the mental state, which is the mood you're in most often, becomes your default state, and how your state is intentional, but most people think it's an effect. And this largely controls how your life goes. If you think your emotional state is an effect, no matter what it is an effect of, that thing can now determine your state, and you'll let it because you're convinced that it is an effect of that thing. Say, I think people on the road make me angry. When I'm on the road, I'm going to end up angrier more often because I'm already thinking they have control over that. But if I think that I decide that I get angry when I'm on the road, I can then choose to make a better decision and choose to start working on that, making a non-angry state in that moment to help that become a default state. So I'm not going to road rage or being angry on the road. We were talking about how you need to be certain before getting evidence. Let me explain. A lot of people are uncertain because they don't know if they will succeed or not. You need to be certain first, certain that you will succeed. And as success comes, that becomes the evidence of your certainty. but you need to actually be certain first. Otherwise, that uncertainty will actually push success away from you and hinder you from getting it. Be self-sabotage or other people getting concerned when they recognize that uncertainty in you. There are three legs of certainty evidence that we talked about: status, social, and demonstrated. Status is like when you're standing up, you have good posture, you look like you know what you're talking about, and you sound like it as well. Social is when you've actually seen evidence and people, you can show that evidence. And if, wait, no, that's demonstrated. Demonstrated, we can show the evidence in a situation. He didn't actually go over all of these, but he gave us these as examples to learn from. And social is more of when other people recognize that you have evidence of certainty and tend to lean that to you, and you can recognize that they recognize your certainty. Um, Last thing is to say if or how instead of how. If I say, how would this be, we can find out how this product can best work for you. It sounds like I'm trying to force that product on to you. If I say we can find out if or how this product can work for you, it sounds like there is the real possibility of it not working for you. And if it doesn't, we can help you find a new thing to go off of, or we can help you find what you do need to do, or not force you into a decision because it lets you know that it's your choice. You are coming to figure it out with them in a discussion instead of them already having the answer and trying to force that upon you. So with Wise Up World, we are which we are in week 1 of the final 5 weeks of the year, which are going to be talking about the 7 bucket framework and our annual assessments. In the 7 bucket framework, we are going to be talking about in week 2 mindset and personal growth, in week 3 health and money, in week 4 relationships and spiritual growth, in week 5 in business and professional. Next week, we're going to be talking about mindset, growth, and fixed. Mindset, 5 aspects: growth and fixed, negative thoughts, live in the present, live in the present, gratitude and generosity, and eliminating limiting beliefs. In personal growth, we're going to be talking about your miracle day, um, intention versus vision, um, goal setting, wisdom versus education, and championship coaches. And as well as starting to work on our annual assessment, which is where we assess how good or bad this year has been for us on a list of 10 categories, which could or could not be the 7 buckets. It's unique for each individual. I highly advise you guys to hop on to Rise Up World next Monday at 1 o'clock. It's free. You just got to get into the Facebook group. And they tend to let people in as soon as they see them, unless it seems like something's off about you. Toastmasters. I actually completely forgot to mention this last week. This has also been something I've been doing every week, except for on the 5th Thursday. But every Thursday except for the 5th. My path that I'm on right now in Toastmasters is visionary communications. And I will be doing effective coaching in the future. I already have access to that pathway because I gave away a second free one because of how bad the pandemic has been. I'm currently in level 1 evaluation and feedback, and I'm working on my second speech, which will be covering what I learned and what I plan to do based on what I learned from the 21 for 21 challenge, which I've talked about last week. I do want to thank you all for being here. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified for next week's blog post. like or dislike, depending on what you thought about this, to let me know what your thoughts are. And make sure you also comment down below to give feedback, or DM me on Twitter at DesignerKenta, or on TikTok and Twitch as Kenta Naomi. And I want to thank you all so much for being here. I'm doing this for you as well as for me, so that I can help people out in the future more once I get my school up and running one day. And I'm so glad for every single person that's watching it, be it now or in 2051. So thank you all so much. Take care, and may the peace of the Spirit be with you.